Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm so glad you found me. I have a Dollar Tree Christmas DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you step by step how to make this adorable piece of candy wreath. This wreath was a request from one of my subscribers who had asked me to do a video on how to make one. Let me show you how to make it. To get started, you're going to need one of these football wreath frames that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some white pipe cleaners. So the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and feed in a pipe cleaner on either end. Pull it all the way down to the tip. Just make sure your pipe cleaners are even and give it a twist. Okay, so I just fit it in between this section and this section, pulled it and tied it. So you want to do this to both ends. Okay, so I have it on both ends. Now you're going to take one more pipe cleaner and cut it in half. You only need half for this. And then right here on this first band, I'm going to add another pipe cleaner. And this is going to be what I'm going to use to hang it. Okay? You want to make sure you kind of wrap it around that center bar right here so that your pipe cleaner doesn't slide. And then when I make my loops, I just pull the pipe cleaners over each other. And then I wrap one end down one arm and then the other end down the other. That makes a little loop. And then I usually take that mess and pull it down to the bottom. And then give it a twist. And that's what you're going to use when you finish the wreath to hang it. Now that we have all our pipe cleaners on, you're going to want to wrap the base with some form of white fabric. Now you can use fabric, you can use felt, whatever you have on hand. This is one of those cleaning cloths that you can find at Dollar Tree over in the automotive section. You just want to make sure that it will completely wrap it. Okay, and then you can just trim off any excess that you have. So I'm going to start to attach it here on this side, and then I'll trim off anything excess that I have. And I'm just going to use hot glue to attach it. Just add a little bit of hot glue right to the wire frame to get it going. And you need just enough of the fabric to fold in. So maybe about a ½ inch to come over. And while you're wrapping, you want to make sure that you leave the pipe cleaners that you attached out. You will need those to attach the deco mesh and to hang it. In the description box below is a detailed list of all the tools and materials I used to make a piece of candy wreath. Okay, once you get one side attached, go ahead and pull it over. Make sure you have enough to hit both ends. And then attach the center again. And then just slowly pull and attach until you get your base covered. You want to get it as smooth and wrinkle-free as you can. When you get to where you need your hanger, make sure to snip a little piece, a little hole, so that you can pull that through. As you can see, I still have plenty of extra fabric, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off again. Okay, so I have one side nice and secure. Now I'm going to go and finish attaching the other side. Now see here at the end, I have a lot of excess fabric. I trimmed off that. Now to get this to be smooth, just open it and open the end, pull up, wrap that fabric around and glue it down so you have a nice clean corner. It's okay if you have a little bit of folding. You won't see that when the wreath is complete. Okay, I have my football completely covered. And then I went back and just added some more glue to fold down and glue down that 1/2 inch of fabric that I left. And you can see I have left out both ends and my hanging pipe cleaners. Now you're going to need 1 roll of red deco mesh and 1 roll of white deco mesh from Dollar Tree. You'll want to cut each piece at about 42 to 43 inches in length, and you will need 4 pieces of red and 4 pieces of white, which you should be able to get off of 1 roll. I have my pieces cut and I'm starting to attach them. You want to take your end, you want to fold it over by about 6 inches and scrunch together so you make a loop on the end, just like that. Then you place that in one of the ends. Make sure you get that pipe cleaner nice and tight and secure. Like that. Then you take the rest and kind of fold it over itself just by pulling. And you pull your strip all the way down till you get to the other end. And then you do your second loop on the other end. And then just pull it down. Make sure it's laying next to the other one. You can adjust how it's folded if you like. Okay, now this is why we covered the base with the white cloth, because you can still see through the deco mesh, and with the white in the background, it looks fine. You can't see the frame at all. Okay, and then it should take you 4 to get to the center and then 4 down the other side. Go ahead and finish adding in your strips of color. Just alternate between white and red. I have all of my deco mesh on. Now once you get it on, you need to take a few minutes and go through and adjust not only your stripes here, but also your loops. So once you get your stripes done, Just play with them until they lay the way that you want. You don't want them really tight because that won't look right. You need them just a little loose like that. And then when you do your loops here on the end, you just want to lift up, make sure that they're down and that they're flat and that they're every other color and that you spread them out. And on your pipe cleaners, once you get them tied down, I just pulled them real tight to the back and tied them really tight to make sure that all of that stays in. Now, if you need to adjust any of your length in here, maybe it's too poofy or not poofy enough, you just need to find the loop and pull on the loop. You just want to make sure that you're not pulling the cut end, otherwise you'll pull it out. Okay, so once you have that the way that you like, if you have any ends from your loops that are sticking out, you want to make sure that you tuck those underneath so that they don't show. If you need to do a little trimming for that, then go ahead. But I think it looks so cute so far. Go ahead and set this aside. I'm going to be working on the bow now. And I pulled out these two ribbons from Dollar Tree. This is the new ribbon that they have for Christmas this year. This is 1.5 inch. And this one is like a candy. It has the red, white, and a little bit of green. And then this one I thought was just absolutely adorable. And it is white, red, and green. And it says Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this ribbon. Now I don't want my tails too long. So I'm only going to measure them at about 5 inches. Okay. Once you come through the two large dowel rods, you need to twist your ribbon so that the knife side is facing down. And then I'm going to make my loops at 4 inches. And I'm going to make 2 loops on either side at 4 inches. Now I have my 2 loops in, so I'm going to measure my tail at about 5 inches. Go ahead and adjust your loops if you need to. Now on this ribbon, it has words on it, so I want to make sure that the words all stay in the same direction. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and measure my tail at, I'm going to measure a piece rather, at about 12 inches. And then place that in. That's going to be my tails. I'm going to measure another piece at about 13 inches and trim that. Then I'm going to take that piece. I need to cross over itself by about 1 inch. Find the center, scrunch it, and place that in. This way you're guaranteed that all the words in that ribbon are all going to be facing, all the letters in the words Merry Christmas will be facing in the correct direction. Okay. And that will give you a loop on either side at about 3 inches. Then you want to take a white pipe cleaner, full length. Just kind of slip that in underneath. Pinch it right in the middle and lift up. You can wrap it around the center there, pull it to the back. Make sure it's nice and snug and give a good twist. You can pull down your tails and open up your loops. Now, if your loop or tail doesn't want to lay right, you go right up to where it's attached and twist it until you get it to lay in the position and direction you want it to. Okay. And then open up your loops. You have 2 on the bottom, so you open and spread those, and then you have the one in the center there. And that's what your bow looks like. Okay, so we have our hanger here so that when the candy hangs, it's going to hang at an angle. The end that is closest to the hanger, that's going to be your top. So that's where you want to place your bow. Just wrap it around where you tied everything off and tie it off in the back. Just make sure it's nice and snug. Doesn't that look cute? And now I'm going to go ahead and make one more bow, and I'm going to make it for the bottom here, but I'm only going to be using the striped ribbon and not the Merry Christmas ribbon. Okay, so go ahead and measure your tails at about 5 inches. Twist as you come through so that the nice side is facing down. Measure your loops at 4 inches and do 2 loops on either side. If you enjoy hauls, crafts, and learning new craft techniques, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do upload new content every week. If you hit the notification bell when it pops up, you'll be the first to know every time I upload new content. Okay, once you have both loops in, go ahead and measure your tail and trim. You'll need another pipe cleaner. Adjust your loops if you need to before you tie them. Pinch in the center and wrap your pipe cleaner around. Pull it to the back, get it nice and snug, and twist. And then just pull your tails down and open up your loops. And that's what your bow should look like. And then go ahead and take your bow, wrap it around the other end, and tie it off in the back. Trim off any excess pipe cleaner. Twist and fold down the end so it's nice and tucked. And then finish adjusting your bows, and then you can trim your tails. Just going to do a slight dovetail on mine, not too strong. I got both of my bows on. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Now the final item that I'm going to add to finish off my wreath are 2 of these really cute little ornaments that you can get at Dollar Tree this year. They're brand new. And this one is the red and white. I'm just going to pull out that little, and I'm going to glue one in the middle of each of my bows. And I'm doing that just by using some hot glue. And there you go. We are all done. I think it came out absolutely adorable. Very pretty and unique. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show me some love in the comments. This really does help out my channel. It lets YouTube know that I have content that's worth watching, and then they show it to more people and my channel grows. Thanks again for stopping by. You know it's always a pleasure to see you. I hope everyone is staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I'll see you next time.